Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you was never meant for your ears. For centuries, those who control the world have hidden a single truth. Suffering is not an accident, it's a weapon. When it hurts, when you are broken, when you are on your knees and ready to surrender, understand that this is no random storm. It is an engineered test, a system designed to bend your will until you serve quietly. They call it resilience, but what it really is conditioning. You were raised to think pain makes you stronger, but what if I told you pain is the leash, the silent chain that keeps men docile, obedient, crawling back for approval they'll never receive. Most men quit right here, in the shadows of their suffering. But you're hearing this now because you were meant to see through the game. You've been taught that pain is proof of growth. But look around. Does the world look like it's built to help you grow? Or does it look like a machine that feeds on broken men? Institutions, religions, governments, corporations do not fear your suffering. They orchestrate it. Because a man in pain can be directed. A man in pain can be sold salvation, order, and false hope. That's why the system thrives on your despair. They teach you that struggle builds character, when in reality it builds cages. And when you finally stand tall and refuse to bow, they panic. Because one awakened man is more dangerous than 1,000 obedient followers. Hear me. The agony you feel is not meant to crush you. It's meant to distract you, to blind you, to chain you. But the moment you see pain for what it is, control, you begin to take back your power. Most men run from pain. The awakened man studies it. He looks directly into the fire and sees the hands that lit it. That's where transformation begins. When you realize the storm was never random, it was written. The system counts on you to curse your wounds, but what they fear most is when you weaponize them, when you turn scars into armor, when you see pain not as punishment, but as proof that you are no longer asleep. Right now, you're at a choice point. Either crawl back into numb obedience or rise into the forbidden path of power. To seal this moment, I want you to write these words in the comments, not once, but twice. I walk through fire. Write it twice, because the first is rebellion, and the second is rebirth. That phrase is your mark, your signal that you are no longer theirs. The truth is this: entire empires were built on your weakness. From the temples of old to the boardrooms of today, men in power have always known. Control the pain, control the people. Ancient kings staged sacrifices not for gods, but for psychology. Medieval priests sold salvation not to save souls, but to harvest obedience. And modern institutions? They perfected the science. Media, medicine, politics. They do not heal you, they monetize your wounds. Every time you break, they profit. Every time you rise too high, they remind you of your chains. That's why when you hurt the most, the world suddenly feels heavier, because invisible hands are pressing down, testing if you'll stay beneath the weight. And yet, here you are, listening still, refusing to fold. That alone makes you dangerous. Because once you see the machine, it can no longer run the same way. Now you understand. The system is not broken. It was designed this way. Your suffering was scripted, your despair engineered, your obedience purchased with the illusion of hope. But once a man sees the pattern, he is no longer a slave. He is a threat. That is why so few ever awaken. Because it is easier to collapse under the pain than to rise above it. But you are not like them. When it hurts, you do not fold, you sharpen. When they press down, you do not submit, you ignite. You were not built for quiet survival. You were built to walk through fire, to bleed without bowing, to face the storm without breaking. Remember this: they fear the man who refuses to quit. They fear you. Now stand and claim what was always yours: your mind, your strength, your destiny. The chains are illusions. Break them.